So the other day I was shopping around on some online marketplaces like OfferUp and Facebook marketplaces looking for a new iPhone. And after doing some research and some shopping around, I messaged a few people and I landed on this one gentleman who was selling the iPhone I wanted, the color and the storage I wanted. So we negotiated a price that was a fair price, not a ridiculously low price, just fair for both of us. So as I'm driving, I'm excited. I think I'm going to get the new phone, the phone that I wanted and that I've been looking for. So I get there and he presents the phone and I try to turn it on, but it's dead. So I ask him, can I plug it into my car because I have a charger in my car that so I can start the phone up? And he says, sure. And so as I'm sitting in the car, I start to turn it on, but as I'm looking at it, it doesn't look quite right. And like a real iPhone, generally from what I've experienced, the startup screen is just the Apple logo. But on this, there was like a weird wallpaper and some weird text. It just didn't look right. So as I'm looking at it further, as it's starting up, I realized the screen, like the bezel doesn't look quite right. Like it's thicker than it should be on this model. And I look at the back and the Apple logo on the back of the phone is just a sticker. Like it's not etched into the phone as it's supposed to be. And so I immediately realized it's not real. It's a fake iPhone. So I give it back to the guy and I'm on my way. And as I was driving home, I was thinking, wow, if I hadn't known what a legitimate iPhone looked like, if I hadn't had experience with one, if I hadn't used one regularly, if I hadn't known what the operating system was supposed to look like, what the screen was supposed to look like, I may have been fooled by this counterfeit iPhone. And that's exactly what God is like. If we don't spend time with Him, if we don't spend time in His Word, getting to know Him, listening for His voice, we might be fooled by a fake version of God. The Bible doesn't say study every fake. It says know the truth so the fakes can't fool you. When you spend time with God, in His presence, listening for His voice, studying His Word, you get to know what's real and what's fake. You begin to see the subtle things that are often people, things, situations, and sometimes even your own thoughts. You'll say, hold on, this doesn't look quite right. This isn't what Jesus teaches. This doesn't line up with Scripture. Just like the iPhone, at first glance, everything looked good. It looked legitimate. But when I compared it to what I knew to be the truth, what a genuine iPhone was, the fake was obvious. In the same way, when you spend time with God, in His Word, listening for His voice, the fake version of Christianity, the fake version of Jesus, the fake version of God, and what the world's trying to teach you can't fool you. Because when you get to know God for yourself, you spend time with Him, in His presence, in His Word, you will not be fooled by the fake counterfeits. Because when you know what the real thing looks like, you can spot the fake.